You make it look so
I
convincing.
know, right? I'm a good actor.
You're a very good actor. You are a very good actor.
I love how Faridoon will put me on the spot and get all these things.
No, but
out of
you know,
me.
I've known her for such a long time. She's queen of her world, and which is amazing.
It's just the concept of, I think a lot of people when they're attracted to somebody.
But in the music video, it seems that Ileana is attracted to you more.
I mean,
I said that to him as well. I was like, damn it, you don't even look at me.
What was the thought? Did you have Ileana in your mind?
I always have
no
Ileana
pressure.
on my mind.
Yeah, always. That's a good headline, actually.
Hi, this is Qaran,
Hey, this is Ileana.
and you're watching Bollywood.
Hungama.
It's wonderful to have Ileana D'cruz and Qaran with us. Their music video has come out today, and it's creating waves. Pleasure having you guys with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Hello.
So, Ileana, my question to you is, so there are dance numbers, and then there are dance numbers which are like groovy and slowly groovy sort of.
There are not dance numbers, basically.
You know, they can be dance numbers. They can still but it's not like that dhinchak and like
In your face.
in your face dance numbers. But they're still dance numbers.
Right.
That way, which I feel your song is in a way. It has that vibe to it.
Yeah.
That you can groove to it at your leisure and in a
Yeah.
romantic way as well. So how do you differentiate between the various?
I mean, I don't
Rhythm
know. For
patterns,
me,
yeah.
I feel it's more about a feeling when you listen to it, and everyone has a different perception to a song when they listen to it. Like there's certain songs that I'll listen to, and I'll be like, oh, this is a cool vibe, but somebody else will be like, oh yeah, no, this is like my jam, you know. But I think for me, Ooh Ooh was just very. It was just all about the feels. It was so there was a lot of emotion behind it as well. So I feel it was more about the story and less about just all out dancing. So
It's more about the story.
it was like it's a really deep song. It's got
yeah.
beautiful lyrics to it, and
Right.
yeah.
I think you have co-written the lyrics, I believe.
Yes, yes.
Right. So what was the thought? Did you have Ileana in your mind?
I always have
no
Ileana
pressure.
on my mind.
Yeah, always. That's a good headline, actually, to start with.
No, but the lyrics, see, like it's a fine line that you gotta balance, right? One is to make it a catchy song that I want kids to be able to listen to this, their grandparents and everyone in between. But at the same time, a song's gotta have depth, right? Because it's an expression of thought. So the song for me is basically, it's just the concept of, I think a lot of people when they're attracted to somebody, they look for themselves, right? Hence the lyric, ooh 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 ooh, aine ke jaisi tu, right? So I think it's just exploring that nuance of attraction, which is, we all look for a bit of ourselves in the people that we're attracted to.
Okay, and how attracted are you to Ileana?
I mean, I think the camera, it speaks volumes.
He's a really good actor. From being like getting into like the musical aspect of it, you had to act as well.
I had to act as well. This is true. This is true. But yeah,
But in the music video, it seems that Ileana is attracted to you more.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
I said that to him as well. I was like, damn it, you don't even look at me. No. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautiful sort of thing because somewhere I feel that your heart's set on this person, so you don't want to feel like you're betraying her as well, right?
Yeah. It's definitely. I think that happens so much in life, right? Like we could be in the same room with somebody, and you miss the glances from your peripheral vision. You miss these little hints that people give you, and I think when it comes to attraction or love, that's the most interesting thing. It's the thrill of the chase.
A lot of men miss those, though.
Yes, absolutely.
I have to say, a lot of men miss that. I'm just like, seriously? How did you miss that?
Yeah, and there's so much beauty in that. I think that's the main thing the video really addresses are these little looks, these little, that little things that get your heart racing.
Okay, so Ileana, you have tremendous experience as far as movies are concerned. You've had like some really big songs as well. Now, when you're doing say a standalone music video, for example, so what is your approach in terms of getting into that that knowing the person? You have to have that element of familiarity as well in the music video because the camera catches everything. So how do you approach just a standalone music video?
I mean, it's a lot easier if it's just me in the video, but if you have to interact with somebody else, I do. I do like to get to know who I'm working with. I think when you're working with fellow actors, it's a different sort of feeling. But like when you're working with, musicians or like other people in the art field who probably aren't as familiar with say, like how, we work as actors. I mean, I like to be a little more personal. I get a lot of people sometimes coming up to me and saying that you're intimidating, and I'm like, really? So I don't think I am, but I just like to go a little out of my way and be like, listen, I'm a really friendly person. I'm really nice. So let's talk. Let's get to know each other. So I feel like we hit it off immediately, though. Like we really got along. So I think
she was so nice from the start, like very, very personable.
Still is. but no, I mean, I just felt like that helped with everything, with the chemistry, towards the end especially of the video. So I just feel like it makes it a little more natural.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it just sort of flows better.
All right. So, Ileana, what sort of music do you personally like to listen to?
Oh, God. All sorts. I listen to all sorts. I have so many playlists. I have a mood playlist. I have a joy playlist. I have a Latin playlist. I have a Bollywood playlist. So honestly, it really just depends on my mood.
Right, but music is an important part of your day?
Huge. Day, life, yeah. It's like I wake up and I go to sleep to music almost.
So, do you also concentrate on the lyrics?
Of course, absolutely. Oh, I'm very, I've always been, I don't know if musically inclined is the right way to sort of say it or describe it, but I've always been a massive lover of music. That's been my first love. So lyrics are hugely important, massively. And I feel that lyrics sometimes end up moving me more than film dialogues will.
All right.
Yeah.
So which is your all-time favorite lyrics?
Oh, God. There's so many songs. But there's been moments where I've listened to something and I've burst out crying listening to the song. I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you make songs, I think you have a very interesting way of creating songs in terms of you also program your own stuff, and I believe you like sampling as well.
Yeah.
And you've also been producer with Preetham on, I think, Adale Mushkil and quite a few other films as well.
Yeah.
Tarifa obviously is your first song, which in terms of that has become so huge. So how do you like to incorporate lyrics into all the paraphernalia as far as your musical arrangements are concerned? Because many a times there is this debate that it's a vibe that really creates an impact, and maybe the words, they're just incidental, but other people would like to believe that we relate more to the words, and the music along with it is something that augments the entire experience.
Right. That's a really good question. Yeah. That's a beautiful question. So I would answer that firstly saying, have you ever had a conversation with a woman and she says, it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
Wow.
Right? So the thing is, the same thing applies to music. It's
tact.
But it's true, right? Because our ears are so sharp as human beings that we pick up on every inflection, every nuance, and often that overrides the actual words that are being said. We convey meaning and emotion from the way something's being said. So the thing is, while the lyrics are important, I really believe that it's how it sounds and how it is to sing. If it's fun to sing, it'll always connect with people, So I think that's the main thing, is that it should be something which is said with conviction, and if it's said with conviction, it holds meaning. So that's the way.
That's a good save.
Interesting.
Yeah, just dial that back, lost in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so Ileana, when you are lip syncing songs for your movies, are you actually singing it loud? How do you try and learn the lyrics of it? How do you speak to the composer and the lyricist that what exactly does it mean, that these how do I bring out the emotions? What is your approach?
I don't think I've ever had that where I've had a conversation with the composer or anyone about how to really sing it. I've actually, as much as I adore singing and I love to sing, I don't think I've ever lip synced any of my songs and actually sung it out loud when I was doing the videos. I don't think I've ever sung it out loud. I mean, it's just, I feel like singing is such a, what's the right word? It's one of like the most, it's like the most naked you can be, sort of, you know, like the most blatant way I could put it across would be that it's like you're bearing your soul entirely. There's nothing that you can hide behind when you're singing, especially if you're singing live. So I find it such a intimidating thought that I shy away from singing in public, which is also why probably I don't sing out loud when I'm doing my music videos, because I'm super shy about singing in front of somebody
You're not
else.
singing while you lip syncing.
Of course not.
So
We have beautiful background, you know, singers and playback singers and
right.
everyone associated with the songs doing that, professional people doing that.
No, but on screen when you are lip syncing
Yeah.
songs, so how do you do it?
React it out, darling.
Just react it out. Okay.
I'm an actor at the end of the day. You're supposed to
Right?
act.
But you make it look so
I
convincing.
know, right? I'm a good actor.
You're a very good actor. You are a very good actor.
I genuinely, I hope I'm not digging a grave for myself here, but I genuinely don't recall the last time I actually sang out loud for any of the films or songs that I've done.
Okay, but do you have discussions with your say co-stars, like say a male co-star, if he's like singing on the top of his
Oh
voice?
yes. Some of them really do sing on the top of their voices, and
And how
it's,
do you respond to it? Do you find it irritating?
well, you deal with all sorts, you know, when you're working with actors. I mean, there's lots of things that you deal with, and sometimes it's just part of the job, and you just grin and bear it.
I believe you have an OCD, and you like things to be very organized and everything. Is it part of the OCD when you see like a male co-star singing on top of his voice and you don't like
yeah.
it?
I mean, it's.
You find it?
I hate the word control freak because it just sounds very, you know. I don't think I'm a control freak, but I do like to be in an environment that's slightly in my control. So I let it go. I have to let it go. I can't tell him, like, you know, would you stop singing at the top of your voice in my face? It's irritating me, but I deal with it. I love how Faridoon will put me on the spot and get all these things.
No, but
out of
you know,
me.
I've known her for such a long time. She's queen of her world, and which is amazing. And which is absolutely amazing. Okay, so I believe you're someone who believes in original music. You're not like a votary for remakes and remixes and all those things as well. So, what is the importance of original music in your life? And do you feel that at times remixes, they can be creatively done as well?
I've seen some great remixes be done, and I think it all comes down to intent, right? If you're approaching anything, even if you're recreating something, if you're doing it with the intent of creatively expressing yourself, then it's usually going to come out, you know, as something which is original, even though it's, you know, from derived material. But I personally feel the reason that I'm more inclined towards original music is because I have a direct correlation from the music that I put out to, you know, my legacy. So when I look back at my life, I want to remember each song as a moment, you know, in my life, and I write my songs, you know, about my life. So for me, it's like a photo album that you can play on repeat.
Oh.
You know. Hi, this is Qaran,
Hey, this is Ileana.
and you're watching Bollywood.
Hungama.